Alright guys, welcome to today's video, and Benji Trades here with my favorite t-shirt on, Dragon Ball Z. Not getting into that today because today we're going to talk about stocks. First off, I want to say I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I say is purely my opinions, and I also want to say this video is not for pure beginners. It is for more the intermediate level traders because I won't be going over basic terminology. I'll be going more so over my strategies and already saying terms that you should know. So if you're completely new to trading, I wouldn't watch this video because you might not completely understand it. It might be gibberish. But if you already have been trading a good amount and you want to know my strategies, watch this video because I'm going to go over some of the mentality ideas and specific strategies I look for in the current market that I am trading. First things first, recognize the type of trading mentality that you have. Ask yourself the question, are you scared of losing? And don't lie to yourself. It's very easy to lie to yourself. Personally, I lied to myself for years. I always thought that I was not scared of losing. But in reality, I hated losing money. No one likes to lose money. But in trading, you have to come to terms that losses occur. And the quicker that you can overcome a loss, the faster you can come back from that loss. Being scared or afraid of losing will cause you to buy and sell and basically get chopped up by a day trade, and you want to really get away from that. You don't want to buy and sell. Let's say you get in as an entry of $1.30 and your stop loss is $1.27, and you're seeing the stock go up and down, up and down, up and down, but you get scared. It's at $1.28. You think it's going to hit your stop loss of $1.27. You get out, but in reality, you shouldn't have gotten out. That is an example of getting chopped up in the market. You don't want to get chopped up. You want to stay in the trade and listen to your guidelines. Another term for what I just explained is trading with emotion. And as a trader, you want to try your hardest to limit your emotions, to keep your emotions to the side and trade only using your patterns and your strategies and just looking at all the price action. You want to trade with as much technical analysis as possible without the emotions. Of course, we're all human. We're never going to be completely emotionless. But as traders, we can limit our emotions more and more every single day that we work towards it. Ultimately, I believe most traders struggle with the fact of losing. They cannot handle losses. And the sooner you come to terms with being able to handle a loss, big or small, the better trader you will become. For me, understanding that losses are normal and necessary to grow yourself as a trader has allowed me to really improve my trading dramatically these past few months. In the end, I need you to remember that we're all human, and if you're struggling with emotions, so is everyone else. I guarantee you there's not one person out there that can completely control their emotions like a robot. There's just not. We're human, we have emotions, and it is impossible to completely separate yourself from being emotional and being a completely perfect trader. You have to find a middle ground. A good saying that I've been telling myself every day before the market opens is, if I want to be able to make $10,000 in the market, I have to be willing to lose $5,000. Honestly, if I want to make $10,000 in the market, I should be willing to lose $10,000 as well. But the reason why I say $10,000 and $5,000 loss is because I usually use a 2-to-1 risk ratio. So for me, if I want to make $10,000, I got to lose $5,000. That's what I tell myself. That's the type of mentality things I'm working on. And I highly recommend telling yourself these things as well. Now I'm done with my motivational speech type of thing that I just did. And let's get to the computer and go over some trades. Alright guys, now for the review section of this video. Basically now I'm going to go over a few of the strategies that have been working for me recently. And keep in mind, this is not always going to work. The market changes. But currently, if I were you guys, I would look for strategies such as this. Look for patterns such as these that I'm going to go over because they have been hot. They've been red hot. So first off, we're going to be looking at flags. This isn't quite the cleanest flag, but honestly, it's a good example because it happened just a few days ago and I really, really like this setup. So right here, we're looking at the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart, we're going to see basically it ran up in the morning. We pulled back for a while and we started to ramp back up, got some volume, got some buying pressure. And honestly, the first ads would have been in this section right here because after this pullback ramped up, we saw buyers come back in. That's a great sign. We crossed over the VWAP, which is the white line. Like I said in the last video, the white line is VWAP, blue line is AEMA. These are the two most important EMAs in my opinion. And So the price action crossed over the VWAP. That's a very bullish sign. And we hovered around in this area. Basically, before this 1045 candle appeared, we had a very nice flag forming above the VWAP with great volume. And it was actually even prettier on the 1 minute. Usually I like the 5 minutes, but 1 minute was very pretty. You can see we hit a ceiling of 945, and we basically were creating higher lows on the 1 minute. And it was just gorgeous. Like this right here, this is a bread and butter of the current market that we're in. Something that consolidates for a long period of time, breaks to the upside, hits a little flag, and then we see another upside move. And of course, after this first flag consolidation above VWAP, we broke out. We basically went to almost new highs. All keyword almost. We didn't quite get it. The high a day was 1064, and we hit 1057. So close, and then we pulled back. In my eyes, I love these patterns when we basically double top and pull back and consolidate. In my opinion, when we do this after a double top consolidation, it basically means it's going to go for high day. And of course, there's no 100%. So just in my eyes, what I mean is this is a very popular pattern I use, and I see it work out so many times. And we can tell in the 5 minute, it was even prettier. We had the flagpole that appeared at 1045, 1050 doji, 1055 doji. Volume is actually still, it's decreasing. It was looking amazing. And at this 11 o'clock candle, it bursts with volume and bursts over high day, as you can tell. This is the pattern that you have to be looking for in this current market. Now we're going to go over Nerve. So basically Nerve, we had a cup and handle on the 5 minute, but you could actually say it was a flag right here. 1015 flagpole, 1020 doji, 1025 consolidation, 1030. Look at that. That is a flag above the 8 EMA with lowering volume on the 5 minute. And we broke out. But if you look at the longer term from 950 to 1030, it was a cup and handle. So look for the cup and handle, but mostly importantly, look for this flag above either the 8 EMA or VWAP. The flags, man, the flags are killing. And we broke out to the upside, of course. We broke out insanely to the upside. I did only catch this move to like $13, but hey, that was a great move from low 12s to $13. Another one, BGXX. So BGXX, this was much prettier on the 5 minute, but as you can tell in the 1 minute, we did consolidate. So I'm looking between 951 and 1003. So over here, we have a little flagpole, consolidation, doji type of candle at 955, and a huge breakout candle. Again, this could be a cup and handle, but we're looking at the flag. We're looking at both. More importantly, flags are in play, cup and handles are in play. I am looking for these right now. These things are hot. I am looking for them. Before we end this video, I want to go over a few trades from today, which is Wednesday, September 7th. The recordings that you were just listening to and watching before were recorded yesterday. So a lot actually happened today. I'm going to go over 2 trades. I had a red day today. Just saying, I had a red day. Nothing really worked out in my favor past 10 a.m. So it was rough. It was a very rough one. So I'm going to go over IMRA first. Just real quick. I'm going to look at this. Look at the 1 minute and look at the 5 minute. 5 minute looks very beautiful, honestly, in the sense of lower highs, higher lows, except for this little thing right here. And we broke out to the upside, but unfortunately did not play this play right here because I got faked out right here and right here. Both of these candles, the 1003 candle and the 1049 candle, both faked me out. It was rough. I was getting in based on the little setup for pre-market. I thought we would break over pre-market highs based on this 5 minute flag above VWAP and above the AMA. So I was adding the low 160s on this. I had about a 165, 166 average with about 40,000 shares. I sized in on this one. And I was up nice when we were at 175, but didn't get any shares off, and it actually shot down. It got rejected so fast that I couldn't scale any out, and I was actually I was actually really flustered when it happened because I was like, what the heck just happened? Like I was confused. So I actually filled at the bottom of this candle for a huge L. And it did hurt. It hurt really bad. But what hurt even worse was this right here because it did it one more time. I was entering because based on this another 5-minute flag above the 8 and VWAP, thinking that we would go for this new high a day and pre-market highs because we already have one fail. I was thinking, well, it's set up again, so it should rip to see highs this time around. And of course, we had the exact same price action where we shot up and got instantly rejected and dipped hard. And the same case scenario panned out. I ended up selling at about 160 and I had 40,000 shares again. So it was another huge L. It hurt. Both these plays hurt bad. And what I want to say and add in to this video is that it's okay to take losses. Like, yeah, it hurt. I was pretty upset. I was bummed. But like, honestly, I know this is a setup that I like to take. I like to take these 5-minute flags and they work out more often than not. So honestly, even though I took a loss on it, I'll be playing similar chart patterns to this in the days going forward. QNRX, looking at this, we had another similar 5-minute flag breakdown. We were a little bit extended, but it was looking fantastic on the 5-minute. We had a low volume pullback, and then we're above 8 EMA and VWAP, but we just ended up breaking down. I took another loss on this as well. I was taking my entry, I was adding after this, around this area, the mid 470s, and then when we pulled up to 490, I was like, oh, that was basically confirmation for me. So when we pulled back to low 480s again, I was adding more because I was like, all right, this should be the final pullback, and then we should rip to see new highs. But of course, this was not the final pullback, and we actually ended up selling off more. My stop loss was the low of this candle, this 1023 candle, which is 465, and it hit. And my emotions basically took control. I did not end up selling. I was thinking, oh, it's just going to dip. It's going to flash dip. It's going to be a fake out. And in reality, it ended up dipping a lot further. So I, again, sold for a big L here. Should have stopped out a lot sooner, but didn't. Ended up stopping out low 450s. And yeah, honestly, key takeaway to this is listen to your stops. Listen to your rules. Don't get emotional. When it hits your stop loss, get out. Continue to look for these flags. Continue to look for these cup and handles I was talking about earlier in the video. Honestly, today could have been just a random anomaly day where these patterns don't pan out, or it could have been a sign where we might be getting a market shift. We'll see in the coming days. I'm going to, tomorrow and the rest of the week, I'm going to be playing, looking for these flags, looking for these cup and handles. I'll be looking for them, trying to basically play how I've been for the past month or so. But I might adjust size. I might use less size because today was rough. And yeah, going back to the clip I recorded yesterday. Thanks for listening to this. Going back because I have a proper ending. And yeah, there we go. As a trader, you will experience loss. So just prepare for it. Tell yourself it'll be okay. And if you just take the loss quickly, then you can overcome it quickly. That's basically all I had to say for this video. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. Hope I taught you guys something. Till next time, Benji Trades out. Haha, that was funny. That was like a Liver King outro. All right, I'll see you guys later.